right, y'all, it's time for our Working Woman Wednesday salute. She goes by the name of Shelly Bell, and she is in the building. Give her a round of applause.
Shelly.
Now, I had to pull up the bio, and I got to read off the paper, okay? Shelly Bell, a system disruptor and business strategist who moves ideas to profit while empowering people to live more authentically. As a cultural translator, she connects entrepreneurs, investors, and corporations in order to diversify their talent pipeline, increase equity, and grow their brands. Woo!
Wow.
Now, that's a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a lot, but it all sounds really good.
Sounds
Shelly
like
Bell.
a lot of coin, too.
It does.
I like that.
She helps people get coins.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that means
Yes.
they got to pay the
Right, so to put it in layman's terms, Shelly Bell, tell us what you do.
I'm the founder of Black Girl Ventures. We work to create access to capital for Black and brown women entrepreneurs. One of the ways we do that is we have a pitch competition that is like Shark Tank with an audience.
Nice.
We toss out the judges, the audience votes, and they determine the winner. They also get to ask the questions. The audience also gets to donate. So it's like a rent party for entrepreneurs.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Black
so-
Girl Ventures.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things that's pushed us out among like all the other pitch competitions happening is because the audience is completely involved. I believe that the future of entrepreneurship is going to include the community.
Yeah.
At the start, at the middle, versus like you popping up in our neighborhood and now wanting me to buy from you.
Right.
So it's like a peer-to-peer, kind of funding and investing opportunity.
Yep. Okay. So we started here in DC. We usually do 4 here.
Okay.
We started in a house in Southeast for real.
Really?
Yeah, like it was just an idea. I'm like, hey, women are not getting access to capital. I have a couple ventures of my own. Let's just throw an event, get the money away. So it was brunch. I cooked all the food myself.
Wow.
I'll never do that again. But about 30 women, we got together. We had 4 women pitch, and then we put the money in a bucket and gave the money to the person that won.
Wow. And so they were able to reinvest that into their business.
Right.
And have you been able to maintain those relationships with them? Is it kind of like a one-time investor, or is it like an ongoing angel investment?
Oh no! So once you come through the pitch competition period, so at this point we've done 7 cities. We're doing 10 cities this year. We always do multiple in DC, so we're going to do 2 in DC, 1 in June, and then 1 in October.
Wow.
The first one we kick off March the 11th and at South by Southwest at Google.
Okay.
Google Cloud for Startups is one of our partners.
Okay.
Last year we also partnered with Bumble Biz, which is Bumble is a dating app. You may know it as a dating app.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's also a professional side to it. So there's actually 3 pieces to Bumble, but there's a professional side where you can meet other professionals that investors, people you want to hire, things like that. So they sponsored us for 3 pitch competitions.
Wow.
After you come through the pitch competition, you're now a BGV alum. We send you updates. We have people who send us opportunity. So when it comes to diversifying that pipeline, we have corporations that reach out to us to say, hey, we need this solution.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It could be makeup, hair, like people need all these things at conferences. It could be tech.
Yeah.
It could be software development that the women are that they have for their own business that they can then get contracts for.
And how are people able to get in touch with you or follow you? And because there might be somebody listening right now that has their own business, they would love to pitch it to you, or they love this concept, or there might be people who want to invest in others. How do we get with Black Girl Ventures?
www.blackgirlventures.org.
Okay.
On Twitter, we're at B Girl Ventures. On Instagram, we're at Black Girl Ventures.
Nice. And has there been any, what are some of the more interesting pitches you've received that you guys have kind of backed or funded, and you've seen some really great success with it? Tell us a little bit about your success stories.
Jess Christian. She's actually from here, lives in DC. She has a company called Hype Soul.
Okay.
And she's an athlete. She runs track. And so she developed a cleat guard so that athletes can snap it on the bottom of their shoes and walk off so they won't damage their cleats.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. We funded her, and she went on to develop her first prototype, and it's awesome. Jess is awesome.
Wow.
We also have B360 Baltimore, where she develops, so dirt bike riding, you probably have talked about it here on the show, is illegal for people to ride in the streets. So what she's done is taking the kids that are riding the dirt bikes and teaching them how to actually be engineers and work on the bikes themselves.
Wow.
They also do like 3D printing. She's actually a Black woman material scientist.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, come on, working
Her name
women.
is Brittany Young. Yeah. And so she's gone on to be an Echo and Green fellow. We have. Let me think. We have so many. They're so awesome.
So
I love them all.
What level do you need to be in your business? If I want to, be a part of BGV, like. Do I need to already have? Do I need to already, have my business out, or do you do things with women who just have an idea and they're just building it out?
So we aim for people who are just past the ideas phase. So we want you to have, some revenue. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but we want you to be past figuring out. We want you to be testing it out and actually moving forward with it.
Okay.
So it's multiple levels, but for the most part, everybody is actually working in their business. We have a woman, Chantel Powell. She developed Play Pits, which is organic deodorant for kids. But I use that deodorant every day.
Play Pits?
Play Pits. It's amazing.
How do we get these products? Is this on your website? Are we able to connect with those people?
Yeah, that's such a good question. Okay, so that's this week. We're updating our foundation website to have it's Black Girl Ventures Foundation, to have everybody's business listed.
Wonderful.
Right now, you can just reach out to us.
Okay.
Through blackgirlventures.org.
Okay.
You can also look for the hashtag. So hashtag BGVDC or hashtag Black Girl Ventures. The women are constantly posting like whatever when they win or when they're at the competition. You can look at the products that we have worked with.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, Shelly Bell, you're incredible. You
Thanks.
also do a lot of digital.
Yes.
You teach us digital marketing essentially for startups and Black businesses. Speak to a little bit of what you're doing with Google.
Yeah, so because of my work with Black Girl Ventures in the community, Google has contracted me to be a Google digital coach.
Okay.
So I work closely with Google and leads inside of Google to help the community understand how to use Google digital tools. Nice. So there's lots of tools and things that Google has, but we don't always know how to use them. And so we're here to be on the ground to say, here's how you step through these processes. Here's how you grow your brand. Here's how you use voice-activated technology. Is your business ready for voice-activated technology? Is your website ready for that? So,
also too, I see your motto is resist the urge to be average. I like that motto just because I think that, like, where did you come up with that concept? Like, just in general, like, is that like the overall motto for the company or just your personal motto?
So that's a Shelly Bell motto.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
I've always been different, and I never wanted to be, to tell the truth. Like, everybody's like, oh, I want to be different. I never want to be different. I want to be like everybody else. I just wanted to blend in, be like my friends, but I never was. And I fought it maybe up until 2-3 years ago with me launching into business in this way. And so I also was engaged to a man who didn't want me to start a business because he thought it was too risky. He was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that. So I followed that, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a wife, so I got a regular job. I hated it every day. So my boss brought me in one day, and he was like, hey, you're awesome, but this is not for you. You need to figure out what it is you want to do. So he paid me for like 2 more months. He gave me insurance for like 3 more months.
Shout out to that boss.
Yeah, best boss I've ever had. Shout out to DeMarco IP. So after that, I went home and I called California Psychics. And I'm like, something is wrong with my life.
Really? Hold on.
Help me. Like, somebody told me something. And the woman, she told me, like, when you find what it is you want to do, the money will come.
Right.
And by the way, you're not going to be with that guy.
Ooh.
So.
And you were like, oh, this is just California Psychics.
Or did you go home and leave them and start your own business? What happened?
So I did. Exactly. So we broke up. I threw everything out of my living room and I started building things. Like, what's happening? What am I going to do? Wow. I built several different things. The first thing was a teepee. Everybody thought I was crazy. I'm like, I'm going to build this teepee, put it in my living room, and people going to sleep in it. I didn't even know how to drill a hole. I was at Home Depot. It was just like, what? You going to do what? And it worked. Because come to find out, Airbnb has a teepee option.
Wow, people can rent a teepee?
Yes.
Wow, so you out here building teepees like
teepees
in the backyard.
But it needed more money, and I needed money, so I couldn't do it. So I kept moving, and I knew how to do T-shirts, so I started doing that. My first line was the LGBT line. It sucked. Nobody bought it. The second line was Made by a Black Woman. So I went to the computer, designed a Made by a Black Woman logo after the Made in America logo, put it on a shirt. Everybody loved it.
Wow.
And so it just started selling. So my mom was my first investor. She invested in me. I took my tax money and bought machines.
Come on now.
And then launched a print business. So I was printing for myself.
Always the tax money.
And printing for other people. And traveling the country.
That's amazing.
A mentor of mine was like, don't change your design. So I did, and I changed what I put it on. So instead of putting on t-shirts, I put it on onesies and other kids' clothes. And it just took off. We made Essence Magazine, like our first full year in business. It was amazing.
Wow.
By that time, I started doing more print orders, and that started taking over what I was doing. I started doing orders for Google, Amazon, things like that. And it just took off. But it was lonely. And I'm like, I'm here, I'm doing all this work, I'm working super hard, I'm making money now.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit of insight on like my personal, like I have been out Section 8 for years, working really great jobs. I worked for the federal government. I was a teacher for 4 years. Could never afford to live by myself with 3 kids, 2 kids at a time, until I started my own business.
Yeah.
And I never really talk about that because it's such a shameful thing in our society. But I realized, like, this is not a black girl story.
Right.
This is an American story. There's many people
Facts.
out here who cannot afford to live working good jobs.
Fact.
Right.
Entrepreneurship was my way.
No.
It was the only way. It was the way that I built up. So I'm like, if I have this, I want to share that. This is just who I am, I guess. I want to share that with people.
And now you've been
That's
able
amazing.
to kind of just pivot from doing that business, the printing business,
Yeah.
where you kind of felt that loneliness, but then you've been able to expand it by creating like a sisterhood, essentially,
Yeah.
all across the country and helping other women fund their businesses.
Absolutely.
Shelly Bell, you're incredible.
Yeah,
You
it's
definitely
incredible, man.
deserve this working woman salute.
For
Thank
sure.
you so much for being here, being a part of this. And, before we let you go, any advice you would say? Like you said, this isn't just a woman's story or a black woman's story, black people's story. This is an American story. And we're seeing this with, with these furloughs of government workers,
Yeah.
right? And you're seeing situations where some are spending their time trying to create their own business or trying to do something else. What would you say to either that budding entrepreneur that just, like you said, you tried something and it failed, and then you tried something else and that didn't quite work out, or you were discouraged by people that you love? What would you say to anybody that may be going through any of those types of situations right now and they just don't know what their next step is or how to get out of that mentality?
Know that entrepreneurship is a science experiment. So go look up the science experiment steps and follow those. Like, test, have a hypothesis, test. Keep moving, pivoting toward what's going to make you. Revenue is a validator. People are not people telling you your business is great. That's not a validator. If you ain't making money, but everybody likes you, that means nothing. Revenue is what makes your business valid. So focus on making money. Like, I think sometimes people are just thinking about their passions, which is great. And I'm not saying don't be passionate, but also, like, I was able to do what I was able to do because the print business is a money making business.
Right.
Hands down. It's like a pizza shop. You open up a print shop next to a print shop, people gonna still do like print. You always need things printed.
Yeah.
So think through where you're creating, think through customer discovery, and focus on making money. Use that science project that you learned back in the day on how science projects work, or science experiments.
Yeah.
Use that to grow your business.
There it is, Shelly Bell. We'll take it. Black Girl Ventures. One more time on that website and how to follow you.
blackgirlventures.org, at Black Girl Ventures on Instagram, and B Girl Ventures on Twitter.
There it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our Working Woman Wednesday.
Hey.
That's
Yeah.
great.